Thank you, man.
Yes.
Every now and then I land on one of these and I'm like, that's one jump from me just going straight.
And it's gonna hurt, but it's gonna make a fabulous gift.
The gift that keeps on giving.
No joke too cheap. That's what we say.
In JTC. Before we jibber jabber, or were you gonna jabber?
No, I'm just repositioning.
You have to grow.
I think I pulled something, to be honest. Yeah, no, glad to be here. Again, like I said, we got an early call tomorrow morning. However, super stoked to be here. We love DC. We love coming here.
Well, I will say, I forget, the actual scariest was, there was an episode where there was a ghost that he had like...
Oh yeah, that one?
Anyways, I forget what he would, like, he had lived in the past, he was this giant guy, and long story short, the guy they cast was enormous. He was like 6'8", 300 pounds, and there was a scene where, you know, they'd be dragging by the chain.
Yeah, because I went running as fast as I could.
So the guy from Yellow Fever, there's like Sam is trying to crawl and get the chain or get something, and the guy, I'm not a small 215 pounds, and the guy was like, oh, okay, they're like, hey, you have to try and pull Jared to keep from getting the thing. I was like, oh, usually if someone's supposed to throw me around, you kind of pretend they're throwing you, but really they're not throwing you. But he sort of just was like, okay, I'll just pull him back like this. And I said, literally, it was so easy for him that I just started giggling. I was like, he was just this outrageously strong guy. And it was so easy for him just to like, okay, I'll just kind of ding him like that, and I was across the room, I was like, holy crap.
They've been dating for 7 years now.
Yes, yes.
Susan, nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, since I have cybersoft Jensen, sorry.
I beg your pardon?
Sorry, Jared.
Cybersoft?
Cybersoft.
Stop.
I noticed you're
I appreciate
turning
that.
40 next year.
Yeah, same as I did when I turned 39 this past year. I don't know. I was excited to enter into my 30s, and I'm pretty excited to enter into my 40s. It's just a number, right?
We were at a buddy of ours from Austin came up to visit. This is during like episode 1 or 2 of this year. And we went out to eat. There were a couple of young ladies who, I think there were 3 of them, and one of them was a fan of the show, and so she asked if she could take a picture with us, and yada yada. And then the 2 other ones were like, okay, so what is the show, yada yada, and the friend is telling. And they're like, how long has it been on? We're like, well, we're in our 13th year, and one of the girls is like, oh my gosh, how old are y'all? Jensen's like, well, I'm 39, and her face was like this. She goes, I've never, he's a buddy of mine, he's a handsome man. I've never seen a woman look at Jensen like that. I'm 39. It was Jason at whatever it was, not anymore. Remember the 3 girls that went to the picture, how you're right.
Chris, you literally just told me the story like a couple of weeks ago.
That happened to me at Halloween in New Orleans.
Yes.
Yes.
Like a week ago, you were like, "Oh my gosh, this girl like looked at me like I was like,
Same thing.
like I was actually dying before her eyes.
I'm used to people looking at me like that. I've never seen somebody. Yes, it was the same thing.
Just keep digging back.
It was like, you were there. And you didn't see it.
I may have been there physically, but look.
And then having me 2 weeks ago in New Orleans, a similar thing. She was like, oh my gosh, are you 40? What's wrong with 40?
Hello.
Hello. After Supernatural's over.
Whoa.
Nobody wants it to be like, but have you thought of producing your own, like the two of you producing another show?
I hope to never work with him again.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of therapy and rehab. I don't know. I've never had the kind of producer bug, and so that's. I enjoy kind of taking it over from when it gets to the artistic standpoint. So like directing and the performances and stuff like that. So I certainly hope to continue working on that in that regard. Creating my own content, I don't know. I might lean on to more creative people when it comes to kind of conceptualizing things.
Well, I was thinking about like Dexter and how Michael C. Hall, produced, and that's, along that line and so on.
Well, and I don't know what his deal was with Dexter. He had a producer credit on that. So a lot of times, and I'm not saying this is the case, he could have very well had a very heavy hand in the production of it. But a lot of times, actors will get producer credits as really just kind of a novelty item. They don't, it's just kind of something.
It's almost a negotiating.
Yeah.
It's like a romance out of it. But often, it's not that they're going to be any more involved, but sometimes it's just a vanity play. To go like,
And there's some tricks too. The studio might be like, well, we can't pay you any more money as an actor because we don't pay anybody that amount of money on our network. But what we can do is we can make you a producer, we can give you a producer salary that will offset the actor salary when really they're not doing any producing at all. I'm not saying that that's what happened, but I'm saying sometimes you see that, so whether they're involved in the production of it is, I always kind of question whether or not that's true or not. For me, I'm like, I don't have a desire for that.
Me too. I don't necessarily have an idea for my own content. I enjoy taking something that's already been made or conceived and trying to make it better whenever I can. So to that extent, maybe I wouldn't mind being called a producer on some show. But there's nothing like a story that I have to tell or something. But I wouldn't mind getting on the show and trying to help it work better. I actually really enjoy the idea of casting. I feel like I can, within 60 seconds.
Have you ever done casting? It's awful.
I know, no, it's
awful.
It is. It's awful on both sides. But I feel like I'm very, very, in my opinion, I'm very good at knowing who can act and who can't. Not to say that I can or can't, but I can work this out.
Kid's got an eye for talent.
I do. Like, I can work this out. I can work with somebody for a page and be like, they're great.
Gosh, China's cooking, it's amazing. It is.
So maybe being involved in something like that, like figuring out, like, I can work with somebody and be like, they suck. They'll never be. I'm just gonna stop right here.
I will also say, producers put out, like, a big part of their job is putting out. They put out fires, that's what they do.
say I have an ear for talent. So I think Sam also, even though he's beside himself with grief about his mom and cast, he's still, he's got the son of Satan, living in the bunker. So, what?
Season 4?
Both boys have to carry on.
Spoiler alert, he doesn't make it. Hashtag get your binge on.
Thank you for your question. He's cast as well.
Do you guys ever find John? I just started like a week ago.
Hi.
Yeah, that's...
Hi.
Ooh.
She's probably not a spoiler alert. What'd you say?
Bird like Mary on the ceiling.
Mary's on the ceiling?
Like Mary on the ceiling. I'm sorry, mom dies? This show is terrible. The hours are hard. It's certainly not a 9-to-5 job. We could do a 14-hour day and do a 14-hour day and do a 14-hour day. And it's not just being at work 14 hours. It's being on call, ready to perform for 14 hours. So there might be an hour downtime where you kind of like nod off, take a nap, then you get up, they're like, doop, 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 they're ready for you, and you're like, shoot, what am I doing? I gotta be behind, I gotta get coffee, Red Bull, whatever, and then you go out and you perform the best you can, and then you have to do that until 4 in the morning. You're on your 9th cup of coffee, and you're just trying to keep your eyes open. Now, not every day is like that. I mean, but those days, that's when you're earning your keep. That's when you know that what you're doing is not always easy, and it reminds you that, hey, this is a job, and you gotta, I'm grateful. But here, at the end of the day, I'm actually grateful for those days. I'm grateful for every day I get to play this character, and I get to do what I do because I truly do love it. But just the long hours are hard.
I had to do, this is a slight non sequitur, but I had to do, people often ask me like, what's my favorite line from the show? And I have a new favorite line from the show. And it is, they put makeup on us. Literally, I watched it, we were on set filming, and I was watching it on Netflix on my iPhone, and I kept on like giggling, and it was like, hey, look, this is you. Watch it. Like, what are you doing? Off in the corner, like watching Supernatural, which is a fun experience. I would love Sterling K. Brown. He's brilliant. He has a passion that can't be taught, and I think I'm glad that he never will play someone. He's a lot better than I am, and he's very bad by comparison. But I think he has a certain quality. He's very smart, and he's very compassionate. He has a nice warmth that Sam would benefit from. I don't know what his catchphrase would be. I'm not sure about that.
in kind of following his lead and finding somebody that I would watch and be like, oh, that's really good. I'd probably go Tom Hardy. And his catchphrase would be this. You ever notice that? He grunts a lot. But I like it.
I think Sterling's catchphrase would be, why is my brother always grunting? Yeah.
Yeah.
We've grown from boys to men.
See what you did there?
Genius.
Is this the blow-up version of Norman? Autopilot.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of across the board. Man, that Betty White does kind of make me laugh. I mean, the idea of her playing like Grandma Winchester, because she'd be super funny and then cut your kneecaps off. Oh, and I'm a huge Golden Girls fan, so.
My question for you both is, whose death was harder for your characters, Bobby or your dad?
So I know y'all. Yes, spoiler alert. You know what? I'm gonna go with Dad for Sam because, yeah, not just because he's dad and whatnot, but I feel like Bobby and Sam had a lot of chance to tell each other what they were to each other. Sam never got that with his dad. So I feel like, yeah, I feel like Bobby died knowing that the boys loved him and that he made the world what it was. I feel like John died, I'm not real sure how he and Sam, like what grounds they were standing on, you know? So I feel like Sam had some unfinished business. So for Sam,
I'm gonna say Bobby. Yeah, but you might not like my answer. Why? Because it was Dean losing Dad a second time. All right, that's the response I wanted. Yeah. Thanks.
yeah, it's a good question. It's also, you know, why Dad.
Right, but then, I mean, Bobby kind of then filled that void for Dean and Sam.
I'm saying further, I agree with
Why
Dean,
that was.
because also Dean knows that John died doing what John loved doing, saving his boys, whereas Bobby was, you know, a life cut too short, and a further reminder that Dean can't have this, you know, fatherhood.
So I was on Jensen's Instagram, and he has his family business in the bio instead of the website.
He's right here.
You see me, don't you?
So he has his family business.
Jared's been on Jensen's Instagram too.
The question is more directed at Jared.
Because it should have been said 15 seconds ago.
So his website is in the bio portion of his profile, not the website. And did you see that and not say anything, or just leave it?
So to clarify, his website, his Instagram bio has a website?
Yeah.
Strange. Jensen's a weird. I think he might be updating his Instagram profile. Feel good for you? I think, luckily, I have not seen that, but thanks to your wonderful observation, I need to fix it. Everybody tune in Jensen Apple at Instagram.com.
I don't know what you're talking about. People take time to look at it.
Thank you guys.
Thanks a lot.
My name's Darlene, and I was wondering, out of the many talents of Jensen, we've seen that he can play air guitar with his leg. And besides Eye of the Tiger, I was
Well,
wondering
that would be leg guitar, not air guitar.
I was wondering what song besides Eye of the Tiger do you like the most, and has Jared ever joined in with you?
Leg guitar? I try not to touch leg. What are we singing yesterday?
No, what was it? It was a Petty song.
Oh, Wildfire. So yeah. Yeah, we'll sing a little bit. Again. Yeah, we'll goof around and sing songs and play guitar with maybe some more in our future. Maybe some more.
He plays my leg guitar all the time. And I'm gonna be honest with you, he's pretty good. You know why I know? Because he's got an eye for talent.
Play Simple Man!
I was at Austin St. Clement's venue at the W about 2 months back, watching a concert, and I did what you just did, the water behind the back, and so our buddy, a friend of ours, named Walker, went and got some waters, and so he handed me a water, and as a joke, I just threw it behind my back, not realizing that this giant dude was out of my eyes, and so like hit him in the side of the face, and he was like, "What the hell was that?" I was like, "Man, I'm so sorry." Like, I was giggling. he wasn't as happy as I was about it. It's really fun.
Who's the dead man who just hit me with a water bottle?
Sorry.
Wait. Continue on.
No, I guess that was the story. That's what I said. Thank you for your question. More areas on the future. Thanks, man. Hi.
So, I don't know if this is the guy that Jared hit with the water bottle.
So the camera's that way, right?
I hope it was. So I look over and I see Jared talking to these three guys, and I just was like,
I'm not a small man.
and then I said, hey guys, can I grab a picture of y'all? And this is, there's nobody's kneeling, everybody's standing on their own 2 feet on the ground next to each other. Jared's the little guy. Can you see that? Well, just do the head, like you can see. Anyway, it was 3. So this was the biggest guy, and I'm not kidding, this was Jared. I mean, the guy was well over 7 feet. And it was so fun to see the little guy. Anyway, yeah, I don't know if that was the guy you hit, but that was that funny. Yeah.
Hold on, everybody, we got a crier. Stage 4 crier.
Please, let's make them welcome Jess. Brazil!
You can do it, it's just a chair.
Jess, as is our routine, we bring the last question up on stage. Mr. Spade, please don't touch Jess's flag.
I'm gonna, capture them up.
Oh yeah, Mr. Director.
Well, we're
Close to Sao Paulo.
well, welcome to the crazy family. All right, before he does anything crazy, we're gonna go ahead and let you ask him.
I'm hoping you have a question. Okay, what is your question?
Sorry about my English first, because
Your English is better than Jensen's.
I take care of kids, I'm a nanny, so I wanna know what you guys learn about being a parent and what changed in your life, what you guys are before and after being a parent. So.
That's a great question.
That's a great question. I could probably have an hour-long conversation with you about that, but in the preservation of time, I will say that before not, I don't live for myself anymore, and it's a pretty humbling thing to accept.
I'll say that as well. I think another thing that I've learned, and I think you'd like to do it too with the kids you look after, is to enjoy it. I had last week off, which I went to Austin and like running a bike ride around the neighborhood and trying trees and stuff. And it was just funny, like looking for bugs. It's the wonder. I I'm sort of re-struck by how wonderful life can be, you know? Like all the little things that kids are like, there's a big bug, and you're getting down and look at it and you want to touch all the dirty stuff. And so,
It's true. He did that backstage a minute ago. Jensen, look at this caterpillar! It's so cute to see. Hey, thank you very much, Jensen.
We saw that Billy sent Dean back because he and Sam
You're allowed to say Billy?
Yeah. Well, we saw it.
They saw it.
Because they're important. Is there going to be some indication of why that might be specifically now, or are they just still the most important guys in the universe?
Well, says you.
Yeah, I mean, I want to throw titles around, but
yeah, we haven't really found out why just yet. We know we're important for some reason, but true to Supernatural form, I think it'll be a surprise to Sam and Dean and Jared and Jensen. So we're doing 11 right now, and you know, I think the brothers have always felt like they have a higher cause and a greater calling. So I think they're looking forward to figuring out what exactly it means.
Really at home in the Tombstone episode. What can you kind of tease about that coming up?
well, Dean and also Jensen. You know, I don't think it's any shock that I've always been kind of a fan of the iconic symbol of a cowboy and everything that comes along with that. So, fan of Western movies and everything. So when I read that Dean gets all excited about it and decides to play the part up, so to speak, I of course got excited as well. And I think there's a nice slow-mo montage of some snakeskin boots and hat and the whole bit. But yeah, instead of playing FBI agents, I get to play Texas Rangers, which is kind of
It's
fun.
fun to see Dean geek out. As Sam, it's fun to see Dean childish. So.
Yeah, it was a fun episode, and I like those episodes. Kind of lighten it up a bit and allow that humor to kind of come show its face a little bit more.
I'm probably the only poor fool who has a personal fan. And
John Stamos has one.
Really?
Yeah, I went to
in November in
House.
Vancouver.
No, so you go. Good point.
Yeah,
I will outsweat John Stamos.
And see, we
That's
haven't
a direct,
started recording.
it's a direct challenge.
We went there already.
I totally got that.
good. There you go. And end quote.
All right.
If we get
I'm cool with that.
match, we get lucky.
Magic board.
Oh my God.
It's the best. And our little Pellegrino. All right, who wants to start?
Lucifer Water.
Lucifer
right.
Water? That's right.
Pellegrino.
Yeah. I have him saved in my phone as con gas because Italian with gas. Yeah, sure.
What's like